Hi, thank you for tuning in. I'm Audrey for Beauty by Barnes, and today we will be doing a makeup tutorial. We'll do it on this look here. I would say it's a smoky eye with a color pop on the lips. So if you like what you see, stay tuned. The makeup look's coming up next. Okay, so first we're going to start with our e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. Put a little bit all over the face. You don't want to do too much because you're going to be adding several different products to your face. Next, we're going to do our brows. And for my brows, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eyebrow Kit. And I use brunette. On my brows, I pretty much just use the natural shape of my brows and I just outline it, fill it in, and make sure that it looks natural for the most part. I like to give myself a little bit more definition, but other than that, just natural for the most part. After I fill my brows in, I use the LA Girls Pro Concealer. Around the brows, I use Fawn just because it's not too bright and it helps them just stand out a little bit more. So after I do my brows, I always like to make sure that, they're not twins, but they are sisters. So, they don't have to be identical, but you want to make sure that they look good to you. So just make sure that you definitely blend the highlight around the brows because you don't want it to stand out and look too bad. So once I get to the eyeshadow, first I put Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion on there. All you need is a little bit just to cover the lid and make sure that the eyeshadow stays into place. So the first thing that I am going to put on my brows is the color Tattoo, and the color that I'm using is Bed to the Bronze, and I'm just putting that all over the lid and making sure that it is blended out so nothing is standing out on either side more than it needs to. So once I put that all over the lid, I'm just using a brush to again blend it out, make sure there's no harsh lines. Okay, so then next I'm going to grab the Urban Decay Basics palette. Sorry. The only color I'm using out of there is Crave, and it's the black color. And I'm just doing that in a V motion, as you can see, because we're gonna blend it out, but I just want to give a little bit of smoke to this look. And so to put the black on there initially, we use more of a pencil blending brush, and to blend out the color you're using a fluffy blending brush. And as you can see, it just gives a nice little smoke to the corners of the eyes. So we're gonna go do it on the other side. Make sure that you again put it in a V motion, and then you use the big fluffy brush, just a normal blender brush. I think I got that one from Sephora. And we're just gonna, okay, so now that our eyeshadow looks good, it's completely blended the way that we want it to look, we are going to move on. And so after I do that, I grab a little concealer. I do something that kind of matches my skin tone just to brighten it up under my eyes before I put my foundation on. Now, this is not part of my highlight and contour. This is more just to even everything out and give it a pop. Okay, so I'm gonna put it under my eyes, chin area, and a little bit in my forehead. Blend it, blend. It doesn't have to be a perfect blending job just because we're gonna put foundation on the top of it. Okay, so then the foundation that I'm using, I use NC45 in the MAC Studio Tech. Right now it is my favorite just because it gives me the full coverage that I like. And just putting it everywhere, making sure that we get the hairline and all around the face. You want to make sure that you're looking to make sure that it's evenly distributed because it will show up if it is not. So after we put the foundation all over the face, I use the Studio Scope Defining Powder, and I put that all over my face on top of the foundation just to set it. And I use Deep Dark. And then after that, we're going to start with the highlight and the contouring. So I do my highlight, and sometimes I use Warm Honey, and this is still with the LA Girls Pro Concealer. Or I use LA Girls, I believe it is Cool Tan. And I just make sure I use a blending brush, or I use a beauty blender, or you can use your fingers also. I sometimes like to use my fingers more often just because it warms it up and it blends it a lot better, especially in the corners of your eyes, and you want to make sure that you take it all the way to your hairline. So I'm getting all the areas, make sure that it's completely blended. And again, you can use whatever you want to blend out the highlight on your face. It is completely up to you. So then I am using the Ben Nye Luxury Powder. This is caramel. And just because it gives more of a natural setting powder instead of using banana, I use both, but I found that the caramel just looks a little bit better and more natural. So as I'm letting that set, I am going on to do my contour. For my contour, I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in medium to tan. And I'm just giving myself just a slight contour, nothing too dramatic, just a little bit. So I do my cheek area, I do the outline of my jawline, as well as my upper hairline as well. And you will see just a little bit of how I do my contouring. And the brushes, I believe I got those from Target that I'm using. I really love them. I do my concealer with them, my foundation, my blush, and as you can see, my contouring. So you just want to always double check, make sure you're getting rid of those harsh lines. I like to kind of do a circle motion as I'm doing my contour as well. And I will go over it all again just to make sure again that everything's blended and you don't have too many harsh lines. So I'm taking that big brush, I'm getting rid of the excess powder, blending. Make sure that you blend, no harsh lines, because you don't want someone to look at your face and be able to see every single step that you took to do your foundation and your makeup. So after I blend, I am going to then go ahead and add a highlight, and I'm still using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm just adding a slight highlight right there, right above the cheekbone, and just put it ever so lightly. You don't want to overdo the highlight, especially if you're new to doing a highlight. This is not a step that everyone has to do, but for this video, I'm doing it. And just make sure again that your highlight, you want to put it in a spot where the light's going to hit it and just give you that extra pop to your makeup look. So after you do that, I like to grab the blush, and I'm a big blush girl, and I just add the blush to my cheek area. For this video, the blush I'm using is the Morphe blush palette. I got it from America Beauty Show, and I absolutely love all the colors that come in it. So for me, I just do a cute little smile and just add it to my cheeks. Alright, looking good. So from there, we are going to move on to lip liner. And this is just a generic off-brand lip liner that I have. It came in a makeup kit that I got. And this is just a reddish, pinkish color that I'm just going to put on there. Nothing too fancy. Any lip liner can work. And if you don't feel you need a lip liner, then, you don't. It's not something that's necessarily something you have to have. It just, helps the lipstick stay into place and gives you again just an extra little pop to your lip color. So I'm just adding it on there, and then after that, what I'm going to put on my lips is the Viva Glam Miley 2, and it is one of the newest colors I've gotten, and I love it. It's a nice bow color, and I think it's very fall appropriate. A lot of people like to go super dark for fall, but I think this is a happy medium between going dark but still giving it that nice color pop. So we matched that up with the eyeshadow as well as the foundation and blush, and I think it just overall turns out to be a great look. So we are not done. After we put our lipstick on, make sure that it is in place in the way that we like it. The next thing that we're going to go to is our mascara. So the mascara that I'm using in this video is a Victoria's Secret mascara. I actually love it. It's a 3-in-1. I don't think that it has any particular name other than that, but it's one that I use often. And just apply a couple coats of mascara. Any kind is good. I also like the Maybelline mascara. I think that's one of my favorites, and that's at any drugstore. So add a few coats of mascara to the makeup look, and make sure that you add it to both sides. Don't forget, because you know one eye will pop out and stand out more than the other. So after you apply a few coats, your look is pretty much done. For me, I'm just making sure that everything's finished up, and to end this particular look, oh yeah guys, don't forget the bottom. I really don't have bottom lashes. They're like very scarred. So I just do the best I can. It's not a big deal. You just do what feels right to you for the most part. So my last touch to this makeup look is just adding a little gloss. I wanted a little gloss for this look to give it that extra shine. And there you go. This is my makeup tutorial.